All right, good night. Welcome to Open Discussion. What's going on, guys? What's going on? All right, good to see you guys tonight. What's going on? All right, as we know tonight, hey Lashes, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you for being here. Good to see you. All right. Yes, guys. Well, you know, man, this is garden season and we're pushing hard with the information. We're pushing real information that people could actually try and see if it works for them. You know what I'm saying? Real information. And you know how we do it, man. We show proof of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, guys, what's going on tonight, man? All right, blessings, blessings to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, tonight gonna be what are you planting now? Okay, what I'm planting now? Well, I've planted a lot of arrows already, and I already plant potato, and I already plant broccoli. So I'm getting ready to plant cabbage and cauliflower and spinach. I'm getting ready to put them in the ground. So my garden is really a lot of food already in the ground already. Just waiting for the spring. So when the spring come, everything just starts shooting up. Yes. I'm so excited. You know, I'm so excited. All right. Yes. So tonight, man, we're gonna be talking a lot about gardening, and every information I share on this platform is basically when come on gardening. When come on gardening, every information I share is basically what I experience, what I do. So I'm well experienced in what I'm sharing, and I have confidence because it's my experience. Okay, and it works. So this is why I try to go through the details from start to finish. So basically, I will show you the steps, how I plan, how I take care of the plant, and when harvest time. So I'm giving the whole project of what I'm doing. You know, so it's a good thing, it's a good feeling. It's also a blessing to able to share from what you experience. So and I have my organic juice, my organic fertilizer. So let me advertise it for a minute. All right, all right. So yes, guys, planter organic fertilizer. This is a fertilizer that I put together by myself, everything natural, everything grows natural, everything is just natural. The combination is amazing and it actually works. All right. For this summer, this spring, I'm going to be doing a lot of testing and showing you guys more proof of how this thing definitely works. Because I want to turn this into this is a product right here. An organic product is good for the environment because everything is natural. No chemical, no sort of chemical up in this. This is everything is natural, organic, well put together. Yes. So stay tuned because you're going to be seeing a lot of proof how this fertilizer, this natural fertilizer works. All right. So okay, let's dive into it right now. Let's dive into the topic tonight. All right, I'm going to share some information tonight that anyone interested can basically try. Okay? I'm not here to tell you how to do your garden and how to grow, but I'm also here to show some information, show a few clips, and talk about gardening. Tonight is garden seasoning, and we popping, man. And tonight as well, anyone feel like joining me and share their thoughts, I'm good with that too. Hey Fifi, Urban Homestead and Lifestyle, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes. And guys, I have to advertise this as well. Planter Herb Garden Challenge is coming up. It's begin at the 1st of March. So we only a month away. 1st of March, that's when we're going to have all the update. All right. Yes, all is well. All is well. Thank you. That's when we're going to have our first update. Guys, I will rather to anyone joining to let us know. Reach out. You could email me. Reach out and let me know that you're interested in joining the Herb Garden Challenge. Okay, everyone, welcome. Simple rules, and we good to go. All right, so don't forget, guys, it's begin on the 1st. Your first video gotta be up on the 1st of March, not the 2nd, not the 3rd, not the 4th. In order to come to win in this challenge, you have to follow the rules. There will be prizes to the end, but you have to follow the rules in order to compete to win. All right? The rules are simple, and I think everyone, it should be it's easy, simple rules. 2 videos every month. Could be a 1-minute video, 2-minute video. It ain't got to be a long video. Just a video showing what you're doing and how you're progressing. All right? Thank you, guys. So yes, guys, tonight, well, as you know, we in the depth of, well, some people, it's still months ahead of planting. It's still months ahead of planting. But some people could start planting around this time. Some people could start planting their brassica, which is broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage. Some people in different zone, like zone 8, 9, 10, this type of zone, you could definitely be planting. In areas, zone 6, zone 7, people got to be more skeptical in what they're doing. You know, so just watch your zone, just watch your frost date and know what you could plant. But just remember, a lot of these brassica could stand real cold weather. All right? And yes, thank you, Fifi, Urban Homestead and Lifestyle. This is the email address on top of the screen. If you're interested in joining the Herb Garden Challenge, you could email me. If you're in the live and you could let us know in the live as well, because I will prefer to know how much people will be joining the Herb Garden Challenge. All right? So, yes. All right. So tonight, we're going to dive a little into gardening, planting. Let's talk about planting today and also caring for your plants. Okay? Let's talk about planting. And I'm going to show you a clip of how I take care of my seedling, especially after it rains. Now, many people plant different. With me, I personally, hello, Brother Zell, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Good night. How you doing? Yes, I personally, I don't wait for my seedling them to get big to start planting. I don't wait for that. My seedling them must be very little when I plant. The reason why I plant my seedlings so small is because of some sort of connection I get with them. I get a better connection with them, and also get a better understanding. I also get a better understanding dealing with them. So it's like you taking care of the baby from the time it come out of the womb. So you have an understanding of the baby, what the baby like, what they don't like, what comfort them. But if you take the baby 3 years old, then you got to study how to take care of this baby. You got to get used to the baby. You see? But if you dealing with the baby from the time it step out the womb, you will understand more because you're learning along the way. You see what I'm saying? So this is basically what I'm talking about. Now, in gardening, in gardening, let's talk about planting for a minute. All right? Yes, let's talk about planting for a minute. The method I use. Hey, life from scratch, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? All right. The method I use in planting, and it really, really works for me. This method really, really works in many different ways. In many different ways, this method works. This method allow your plants to create a big root system. A root system as big as it can, as big as it want to, right? It also able to feed from a lot of nutrients and minerals under the soil, because believe it or not, there's a lot of nutrients and minerals down below. Lots of nutrients and mineral down below. So if you plant them a little deep, the plant stand a chance of feeding from these minerals. Okay? So by planting them deep, the plant stand a chance of creating a bigger root system. It also have access to a lot of minerals and nutrients under the soil. It also have access to moisture under the soil. So this eliminate a lot of water, right? This eliminate you from being watering your plant constantly. Okay? So by you planting them deep, there's a lot of benefit in planting deep. You have minerals, lots of minerals. You have moisture. You have a bigger root system, and your plant's able to grow as big as it wants to, because the root able to spread and grow to its potential. In that order, by growing to its potential, it have the ability to produce way more food for you. Way more food. It have the ability to produce a lot more food. So what I'm gonna show you a video. I'm gonna start off showing you this video. This video is taking care of your seedlings after it's rain. Okay? Okay. Okay. If you notice here, what you seeing here, you seeing this is a bok choy plant here, and what you seeing a plant that the soil is very compact around it, right? No, this soil is so compact that if you ain't break up this soil, you stand this plant it could it could just dry up, and also it could don't produce much at all. Okay, now I'm gonna show you something here where I think this is very important, guys. So this is why I keep saying you cannot just go out there and chuck your plant in the soil and leave them. If you're looking for real production, you have to go out and take care of your plant. If you see, look at there, the rain was coming so heavy that it compact. If you notice, it compact the soil. So if I ain't go out and wake this up, this gonna back the growth of my plant. Now, let me show you what's going on, Check this out. Become a solid, become solid, and then now the plant would not able to push it through that solid ground. So this is what I'm talking about when I say wake up the soil, soften the soil around the root. You come the following day and you wake this up. You wake up around the root of the plant. So now if the sun come, it's already wake up where the air and the sun could penetrate. So now it wake up already. Look at this one as well. Same thing going on here. So what I'm doing here is very important, especially when the plants them is soft, is small like this. You see what going on? So if I leave the sun to penetrate. Look, you see, if you look at it, you could see how it damp. Look at how it damp, right? If you don't wake this up, if you don't wake up this, what's gonna happen is it's gonna get harder and harder and harder. And then when the rain, you understand, when the sun gonna be drying out the water. So while the sun drying out the water, it start penetrating. You see, it start penetrating down. So now the surface start to get harder. If you notice, this is a very deep hole. But guess what? The sun is a very deep hole, but the sun penetrating down in the hole. While the plant is growing, you're gonna keep filling up the hole. So you see, no, this you see the depth of how this plant, this is where it's gonna be finding all that nutrients and mineral down inside. Okay, let's continue. This is gonna become real hard. You could use whatever you want. I use anything. Same thing going on here. So this, your small plant definitely need good care, guys. See, you see? Very hard, watch. So the sun come and dry out this water, then you have a problem here. Then your plants wouldn't want to grow because there's nowhere for the root to travel. So now you have a plant with the root is back. Look how deep the hole is. So you're waking up the soil around the root. Look how deep the plant, you see? Listen, it's rained so much. The water had covered these plants. Naturally covered it. You see what I'm saying? You see how it looking? The water was over the plants then. So if you ain't go out there and take care of these plants, then you're gonna lose them. You see what I'm saying? You see like how it's soft? When the sun penetrates that,
you definitely have to wake up the soil. This is no joke. Right now, this is really soft and wetty. And could you imagine 2 good days of sun penny?
okay, what I'm saying here, guys, you see how it's soft? It's real soft because it's rained so much and the rain penetrated so much. Now, if you don't go out and wake up that soil around, look, the plant is a baby. It's a baby plant. So if you go out and you ain't wake up that soil around the root, what's gonna happen? The sun gonna penetrate and it's gonna start to dry around the root. Then these little baby root wouldn't able to push. So then what gonna happen? The plant's gonna back. The plant's not gonna be growing because the root it's not strong enough to push it roots through. So this is very important.
This plant is gonna be in the earth a lot. Sometimes that's why the plants them don't grow. And sometimes we wanna know, damn, I plant these plants so long and they're still the same size. You know why they're still the same size? Because sometimes things like this is going on. When your plants small, they take the most care. This is the delicate time. This is the time when the care is well needed. Because if I leave these plants like this and never show up 2 to 3 weeks, I'm gonna come back here and there ain't gonna be no plant here. All I'm gonna be seeing is the holes them with no plant inside them. And these plants already start growing. Okay? I also have some eggplants here. Let me show you it's the same thing that's growing. And then the next thing again, when you have small plant, you have to always come and check. You see this? This one.
All right, guys, this what I'm showing you here, this is very important. This is why we got to be in our garden. All right, and we can stay 2, 3 weeks out of our garden because we're not gonna come back see anything. Check this out. This is really important right here.
Was right on top of this. You always got to come and check if anything fall on your plant. Because the leaves can fall on your plant and in a few days that same leaf can kill your plant. Especially when they're small like this. You see, guys, these plant on a planting day, and they already start growing. The same thing I tell you guys, once you ain't damage the root, they're gonna grow like crazy. So it's important not to damage the root. See this one, look how this one getting big and green.
All right, guys. The video I now show you there, it explains a whole lot. This video, believe it or not, you would not understand the amount of information I now lay out in this video. Lots of information. These, when you apply these, this is what gives you great production. This is what gives you food in abundance. Because the most delicate time you could ever find is this time. The time when these plants are baby. The time when these plants trying to develop their root. This is the most delicate time. And then if you plant them deep, like how I mentioned into you, while they're growing bigger and you softening around their root, you would not damage the root because the root is under the soil. But if you plant them 5, 6 inches deep, by the time you understand, by the time you start softening, you start seeing white root and you start damaging the roots them. So this is a video I just wanted to show you guys because this is so important. Hey, so bless, how you doing? Gotta look out for the babies. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, this is so important, guys. This is the most delicate time in gardening when you start planting your seedlings. The next thing I'm gonna say to you guys, I would not recommend planting your seedling that young to anyone unless you make up your mind to be in that garden almost every day taking care of them. Sometimes it's just best you allow them to go get a little bigger because small like that, there's baby and they tender. And you got to make sure the soil is soft, that their little baby roots can push through the soil. This is how you get great production from your garden. If you decide to go out there and just chuck them in the soil and leave them and go come back next 5 days, then you could never get these production I'm trying to tell you about because you're not taking care of them. You have, while they're young, you have to take care of them. While they're young. This is very important, guys. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button, all right? I will appreciate it. I want to find a video, guys, that I want to show you. I planted some peppers. This pepper was like 9 to 10 inches tall, or maybe 8, somewhere around there. There was around that age, right? Was some jalapeno pepper. And I want to show you guys the depth. I want to show you guys the whole process of how I plant these peppers. So sometimes if you allow them, like for beginners, I'll recommend allowing them to get a little bigger. Please do not plant them as 2 inches, an inch and a half. I does that. I could do that because I take the time to go and take care of them. But for new gardeners, please allow them to get a little bigger that you could able to take care of them the way you want to. All right, let me see. I'm going to play this video here while I'm searching. I'm going to share this video and I'm going to, while I'm searching for the other video, I'm going to share this video with you guys. All right. I'm getting ready to find out that video I'm talking about. So let me share this video, play this video meanwhile.
I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna leave the other one, which is down there, but I'm gonna pick this one. This one, guys. Look at this pepper, guys. Look at this pepper. This come from the super juice. Man, this pepper feel like it's weighing like a pound. I'm telling you. This feel like a pound and change in weight. Yes, this feel like a pound in weight. There's a next one down there, but I'm gonna leave it. Not gonna pick it today. I'm gonna leave that one to change its color. Look at this thing. Look, look. This thing feel like it weighs about a pound and change. All right, guys. So this is what I'm gonna have this today. But I just wanna say something to you guys. These come from my super juice. I've been trying my super juice for a while, and I did my own research, and everything added to this product is organic. It will not harm your plant in any way. It will protect your plant, and it also blends in with the environment. So it's nothing to harm the environment, it's nothing to harm the plant more than add benefit to the plant. This juice will help your plants produce lots of nutriments, and the nutriments is what you need and I need. So don't forget, you can email me because this juice is coming soon. I already received emails. I already received people ready for start ordering. But I'm gonna give the date when I start distributing. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. Peace, love, and blessing.
All right. Okay. Hey, Pop Farm, how you doing? Okay, so let me find. No. Okay, guys, now I'm gonna show you a video how I plant some peppers. This video gonna give you, I'm gonna show you the depth of the hole and how I plant them. This was some tall pepper, about 6, 7, 8 inches tall. This was for most people, new gardeners. For new gardeners, if you, the truth is, deeper is better. The deeper you plant is way better. All right. Now I'm gonna watch. Let this video explain everything for itself. All right.
Welcome back to Planted Garden TV. I'm back with another video. Hope you guys doing fine, guys. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you did not hit the notification bell, hit that notification bell that you can get all the latest update.
Yes, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit that notification bell. There's a lot of gardening videos will be coming. If you hit the notification bell, you could get all the updates. You could get updates when I'm going live, because yes, we gonna be sharing the information.
Well, today I really want to talk about the pepper plant and if it matters. whether you plant it deep or not. I think it's wise to plant a pepper plant deep because pepper need to be grounded in the soil because of wind and because of rain. Sometimes the pressure from the wind can break down your whole pepper plant, which if it grounded in the ground and the wind is high, it's gonna pop the limb instead of breaking down the whole plant. And also the benefit from planting your pepper plant deep, your plant can grow bigger, stronger, and produce a lot more fruits for you. So I'm gonna show you a good way how to plant pepper. All right. All right. So this is jalapeno pepper. It's a hot pepper. I plant them every year and they do pretty well. So today I'm going to plant them. So I want to show you the depth of the holes that I plant peppers. I go at least 12 inches deep. 12 inches deep. I'm using my tape measure and you see 12 inches deep. All the holes is at least 12 inches deep. Even the other one over there, 12 inches deep. All right. So I recommend planting pepper at least 12 inches deep. I guarantee you're going to get a lot more result. Your pepper going to stand more firm in the earth. They're going to be able to spread their root. It In this way, you water them less because the root is very deep, and they're gonna definitely produce more for you. Okay, so I already measure and I show you 12 inches deep. So now let's go planting. Now, let me show you one more thing. The thing about it is, right, when you planting peppers, I mean, sometimes we plant them 4 inches, sometimes we plant them even smaller, 3 inches, some people do 6 inches. This pepper is at least 9 inches tall, which is a very good height to plant. So when you plant them at least,
Okay. So for the new gardeners, for the beginners, the the beginners of gardening, the people who now begin gardening, no. If you following me, according to the strategy that I use, I plant them pretty deep. Now, if you notice all the up in the video, you saw me plant some small plants, maybe like 2 inches tall, and I also plant them deep. For the beginners, it's best for you to wait till they get grow a certain height, 6 inches, 7 inches. So even you plant them deep, they stand up. They still stand up out of the hole. So I just want to show you the difference. The video I show earlier is for the plants that when you plant them small. This one is for older plants, bigger plants.
this height, you can able to plant them deeper. It stand a better chance of planting them deeper. It's easier to plant them deeper. Okay? So allow the plants them to grow a little high, 5, 6 inches, that you can able to plant them deeper, because you do not want to plant them on top of the soil, because when the wind pop break, the wind gonna break them out the root. Okay? So look at this hole. You see the depth of the hole, and you also see the width of the hole. So now I'm going on transplant, and I'm gonna put, you see, this thing is almost down in the hole.
All right, you see what I'm saying? This one is deep down in the hole. Look how deep it is. All right, and look how it stand up. So this is for like the beginners. If you plant following the method of planting deep, I recommend you allow your plants to grow to at least 6 inches, at least. Okay?
So when you plant like this, your plant take less water because the sun gonna take more time to get down there to suck out the water from the root. So you bring it and you bring it to the back.
Okay. Look how deep these plants, right? You see what I'm saying? This is how you get the plant, get the nutrient and the minerals from this, from down in the depth of the hole. And what also the moisture, because over a period of time, it takes time for the sun to get down that deep to penetrate the root of the plant. So this is another way how it saves you water, because the plant's gonna be getting moisture, it's gonna be getting mineral, it's gonna be getting basically what it needs down underneath there. All right. And then you stand a better chance of a bigger root system. Then you stand a better chance of getting huge plants, huge production, because you're not blocking the root. Once a root system is good, your plant is good.
Bottom of, you bring the soil to the bottom of the bottom leaf. Okay? And you leave them. So you see, you plant them as
Yes,
deep.
pretty.
So the more they grow, you're going to keep adding the soil until it's reached to the top up here. And when you reach to the top, the root already anchor in the ground. So you ain't got to worry too much about the wind breaking your plant out the ground. You more have to worry now about protecting the limbs that's growing, because sometimes when you plant like this, the pepper them does get so big and you just have to, the pepper sometimes split the limb without even the wind. So this is very important. Okay? It's very easy to plant pepper. Very easy, simple. But if you follow these steps, you can get better result. Does it matter if you plant your pepper deep or not? Yes, it do matter. If you're looking for good results, I think you need to plant your pepper them as deep as you can, and you will get great result. So this is what's going on. Now transplant tree pepper. So I just wanted you guys to see how to plant pepper and whether it matter if you plant them deep or not. If you guys like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, comment if you have any comment. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace and love.
Want to make this?
Okay. All right. This is what I'm saying, guys. So now, this is how you stand a chance. Wait. Oh, stop sharing. Why? Oh, man. Sorry. Sorry. This is why. This is how you stand a chance of being successful in your garden. And this doesn't matter where you plant. It doesn't matter where you plant. Doesn't matter where you plant. Once you able to get them roots under the soil, once you're able to get them root under the soil, and you're able to, give them that organic compost they want, or whatever compost you're using, these plants gonna start to develop, their roots gonna just start developing and just start spreading. And while they're spreading, the plant's growing. And while they're spreading, the plant producing. All right? Now, You see me plant, I now plant some peppers there, and I did not add no compost. I didn't add anything. Why I didn't add no compost nor anything is because I already prepared that soil in the fall. So this was basically in the spring. I already prepared the soil in the fall. So now all I had was to do is come out and start planting. Okay, so it's a really good idea, guys, to plant deep. I will always say, for the new gardeners, make sure you try to allow them plants to grow a little bigger. Don't follow me and plant them 2 inches and 3 inches because it take more care. The bigger they get, the easier they be to handle. I love planting them 2 inches because I feel more connected. You see the size how I plant those pepper? That's not the size I usually plant. I plant them 2 inches, not even 3 inches, 2 inches, and I'm putting them in the ground. I feel more connected. I feel like I take care of these plants from seed, everything. So I know about these plants. Hey, Mama, Jay, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes, guys. So over at this channel, we trying to share information about gardening. Over here, we're trying to share information, not exactly telling you, oh no, don't garden how you custom garden. No, it's about sharing. And sometimes you try different things and it works for you. If it ain't work for you, then you leave it alone. You see what I'm saying? But what I'm saying here, this information is from different places. It's not just one place, it's from different places, and was able to get the same result. Beautiful result, healthy plants, very tasty, beautiful, healthy vegetables, beautiful, and that's what you're looking for. Your plant supposed to produce until certain plants supposed to produce until that heavy frost hit them. Certain plants supposed to produce until that heavy frost hit them. Not one crop and it's over. We understand fruit trees. That's how fruit trees produce. But when you're dealing with pepper, okra, tomatoes, these type of plants should not start produce till the frost. The truth is sometimes in the fall, I might rip on my tomatoes them only because I don't, when the leaves start drying up and they start producing less, I don't just take them out. But at the end of the day, they're still producing, and that's how it's supposed to be. Your pepper supposed to always have on pepper. Always. When you harvest pepper, you're supposed to be getting ready to harvest again within the following week. You're supposed to be harvesting more pepper continuously. But you got to take care of them, especially when they baby. When they start growing, ain't much you got to do. Especially when you plant them deep. When they start growing, what you got to start doing, you got to start bracing them up now. Because they start to spread they start to spread their leaf. The plants start to get tall. So when the plants start getting tall, you got to start to put stake in the ground and tie them. Sometimes the pepper them so heavy that the pepper will break the limbs. So you got to go out there and brace these limbs. Sometimes you got to pick pepper when they're full. Because if you ain't pick them, you're going to lose 5, 6 peppers on a limb. So these are things you got to pay attention to, and you will end up with great production. In gardening, we're supposed to get better and better every year. That's why we're supposed to pay attention. Okay? Planting, I know everybody have their own way of planting. I know that, and nothing wrong with that. But I personally, when I'm doing gardening, I'm looking for the most out of my plants, not just I'm just growing something. And according to what I know, I got to do a whole series on container garden. I have a whole series on container garden. Hey, OG Living Life, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes, I have a whole series on container garden coming up that I'm going to be posting, and I'm also going to do on my live content, because I also want to share with the container gardeners, because believe, not because you're not seeing me doing much content, I'm doing container garden, believe it. You mightn't see it, but I am doing it. And I also have learned a lot in container garden, and it's basically the same method, but the thing with container garden is you have to make sure you have big enough containers. You cannot have small little containers for plants with big roots. That's gonna mess up the production. Because once a root hit the surface of the plant, it ain't going no more. Then in the summer, when the heat start penetrating on the surface of that container, and the root inside jam to that container, what do you think gonna happen? The tip of these roots can get damaged. And if the tip get damaged, it's not going nowhere, because the tip jams on the container. If you notice, sometimes you buy a fruit tree or you buy a plant that's in the container for too long. If you notice, what happens is the roots start going around. It start going around. So it's outside, and when the sun penetrates that, it could damage the root. So no, this is why you want big containers. So when the roots spread, it still have soil on the outer end protecting these roots. These is very important points, guys. Hey, Crafty Mom Creation, how you doing? These is very important points I'm giving you. If you're investing in containers, make sure the container is big enough to house the root of the plant. Make sure the container is big enough to host the root of the plant. This is where you get production. And if you're doing gardening, I know you want production. I know you're looking for production. So these keys, just try them and see for yourself. Just try them and see for yourself. Hey, good night, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Fifi Urban Homestead. Thank you, Mama J. Thank you, OG Living Life. Thank you, Crafty Mom Creation. Thanks everyone up in here tonight, man. We're gonna be talking about gardening. And let me see, hold on. Very important indeed. All right. Let me see. I grow in 50-gallon container plus bed. 50-gallon container is a pretty good size. It's important. And then if you're growing in bed, that's also important. Okay? And many people some people do no dig. There's a type of gardening named no dig. I'm not knocking anyone from doing no dig, but to me, I don't like that style. Don't get me wrong. Everyone have their own way. But to me, I feel everything should be connected. And what I noticed with no dig, they spread something separating the earth from the raised bed. So I love container garden. I love container garden. And I also love in-ground garden, raised bed. Container garden is, some people, like someone was telling me, container garden is very difficult. Someone was telling me that. But for what I noticed, it could be difficult. Container garden could be very difficult if you don't apply the rules of container garden. If you don't want to get big containers, if you want to get a small little container, so and put a pepper tree in there, yes, or a okra tree, yes, or a tomato tree, yes, it's going to be difficult. But if you get the right size, beautiful, believe it or not, you're going to see a lot more great result. I agree about no dig. I try, but I prefer dig. Yes, I prefer dig. Yes, I prefer dig. When we look into container garden, when we really dig a little deeper into container garden, what we have to understand with container garden, okay, let me see. Okra tree must be large because the roots are huge. Exactly. Exactly. So you can't put them in small container because you're not gonna get the production you need. You're not gonna get that. Garden allow option. Definitely. Definitely. Yes. So now in container garden, remember, plants grows in the ground. That's where they usually grow. That's where they've been growing for years upon years upon years. That's where they usually go. In the ground. We trying to basically change the whole idea of taking it out of the ground and put it in a container. Okay? So if we decide to take it from out the ground and grow it in a container, then we have to create the same pattern like you're planting it in the ground. Because if they're in the ground, you stand a chance of they developing huge, big roots, right? Because they have room to grow. So if you put them in a container, you got to be able to give them that same room to grow. So this is why you cannot put these plants in baby containers and they develop big roots. So the key to container garden is make sure that the container is big enough. That's the key. A lot of people use different type of compost, right? A lot of people use different type of compost. Okay. Right. A lot of people use different type of compost, right? Okay. Put mince in pot. Yes, mince is a good plant to put in pot because it's a good way to control them. Yes. A lot of people use different type of compost. You use whatever you got. You use whatever you can. All right? So now, if you're using different type of compost, my recommendation is mixing the compost. Like for instance, you go to the store and you might buy what they had in the bag and they say soil. You go and you purchase that. My recommendation is mixing that with some dirt. Mixing that with some dirt. Okay? Whether you are clay soil or native soil, whatever soil you have, you mix it with it. And believe it or not, a little clay soil is good to put in your container. Believe it or not. Clay soil hold moisture. Clay soil hold water. And many times when you purchase compost, it's so woody. It's so woody when you purchase them. It's so woody that sometimes you throw in water and the water just running out of the container. But if you have a little soil mixed with it or a little clay, that gonna hold the water. So they're gonna keep more moisture in your container. So your container not gonna dry out pretty fast. Because remember, when in the summer, when the sun start penetrating, remember the sun penetrating the whole surface. Then you also got heat coming from the bottom. Then you also have heat on the top. So these container, there's a lot of heat they got to deal with in the summer. There's a lot of heat, and these plants got to be protected. So this is why the big container is very important. This is why a little soil or clay is important, because it holds water. So it takes more time for the sun to dry it out. You see? Because we know how that sun could get. The next thing I want to talk about clay soil. Many people underestimate clay soil, but I'm going to tell you this. I start gardening in red clay. This, in the picture you see in behind there, you see where my hand is in the ground. Where my hand is, you can see how the soil look black and nice and rich. That was red clay. Okay, that was red clay. But it take me time over the years, keep adding the wood, keep adding the leaf, and it's changed the soil. But I'm going to tell you this. While I was, let me see, do you prefer cow manure or horse manure? Honestly, honestly, if the honest truth is, I don't know about horse manure. I never really use horse manure. Like in the early time, we used to use cow manure. But the thing is, this cow manure used to be grass fed. So if I could get cow manure grass fed, I might use it. But at this point in time, I don't use no sort of manure at all. The only thing I use is, like the leaf, the wood chip, the wood, when it break down, I add it in my soil. I don't use no sort of manure. But to answer your question, years ago, when I was little, we used to use cow manure. I really don't know about horse manure. So I can't compare them. All right? Yes. So clay soil. Yes, let's talk about clay soil. Clay soil is full of minerals, guys. Clay soil is full of minerals. Do not underestimate clay soil. The only thing with clay soil easy to, like if you tamper in on it, like if you walk in on it, it's easy to compact, right? It's easy to compact. So this is why your job now is to break it up. When it compact, you break it up. A good way to break that up is adding leaves in the soil. You mixing up, you're adding the leaf and you mixing it in with the soil, especially in the spring, in the fall. You add the leaf and you mix it in. You also, the tree, when the tree break down and the body break down, you add that in the soil again and you mix it. What gonna start happening? It's gonna start to bring your soil in a different, with a different texture, because the leaf and the body of the tree that breaks down and blends in with the clay soil, what gonna happen now is gonna prevent it from clam together. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna prevent it from clam and stick. No, this gonna make it loose, it get loose. So over the years, while you keep maintaining it with the leaf and your bring compost from your compost pile, while you maintaining that, we're gonna start happening. It start changing the texture. Okay? But don't underestimate clay soil. If you have clay soil in your backyard and it's usable, and it's not the clay soil that turns rock, because some of them is pretty tough. Some of them is pretty tough like rock. You know? If it's usable and you could walk with it, you could change it. You could change the texture of it. Okay? You could stop it from clamming together. So you have to walk it. You got to walk the soil. You got to continue walk the soil. Walk it in. You keep adding the leaf, your compost. Walk it in. Then you're going to become a soil that you could walk with. And you wouldn't have to worry about it clinging together and compacting. So don't underestimate clay soil. It's a beautiful soil. And if you add a little of that into your compost, your container, then you're doing one of the greatest things. You see? Hey, Alpheus, how you doing? Thank you for being here. What's going on? Yes. So container garden is one of the most beautiful thing. You just got to understand, if you're doing container garden, you just got to understand, you got to use the same method that you're using in the ground. Because, like I now mentioned, these plants they love the ground. This is where they used to. This is where their parents come from, out of the soil. This is where they're born. We now trying to change that and bring them into the container. So if we want to change that and bring them into the container, then we have to give them the same, create the same thing, like what we do in our raised bed. Give them room to grow. Give them room to spread their roots. Give them room. You see? Then when we're talking about, let me talk a little about compost. Let's talk a little about compost. Compost is something, we got to understand. Compost is something we use and we add to our soil, whether it's in our raised bed, whether it's in our container. We add that in our container. But something we got to understand. The compost is only to help add more nutrient to the soil or minerals to the soil. The compost is not supposed to overpower the soil. You cannot have more compost than soil. It got to be more soil. The compost is only to add more nutrient to help maintain it. So this is something we have to understand as well. Plants love dirt. If you notice, when you go to the trees, around the big trees, what you see? All you see, the tree is dropping its leaf, it dropping the body. All that doing, it turning compost to help feed the soil that the tree already into. not to take it over. It's just an addition to maintain our soil. So, say for instance, you have a raised bed and you decide, okay, I'm going to add some leaf in my raised bed today. But you got to remember, you got to add some soil too. Every time you add leaf in your raised bed, you're supposed to add some soil because you never want the compost to take over the dirt. The dirt should always be dominant. The dirt should always be in control. The compost is to maintain. And there's many ways we can feed our plants. We could also feed our plants liquid. And we also could feed our plants with dry compost from your own compost pile. Your own compost pile. That is true. Okay, thank you, thank you. Yes, you could do your own compost pile and you could use that every year that it breaks down. You could take, a little bit and you just sprinkle it. You ain't got to overdo it. You just sprinkle it around in your raised bed. Sometimes you could mix it in with your soil. Instead of just sprinkle it, if you mix it in, it get to the plant even faster. Because when the rain come and wet it, it's already down to the root. So it start feeding the plant. And there's something I pay attention to. There's something I pay attention to in my garden. I pay attention to the growth. I pay attention to everything in my garden. So I know when something ain't right. I know when a plant is struggling. And I know when a plant is doing brilliant. And these are things you're supposed to know. You're supposed to know when a plant is struggling and when it's not. And the thing is, when you, as a gardener, especially when you're studying it, you're not just planting, you're studying it. You could occur a problem from a plant this year, right? And you get to figure out the problem. The next year, you figure it and you solve it. The next year, if the problem come again, you already know what to do. Many times, let me tell you what a lot of people do. I see this from my own eyes too. Many times, a lot of people from the time, hey, that backyard life, HWGSC, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Yes. Many times, a lot of people look at their plants. And what they might see a couple dry leaf. Okay? They might see a couple dry leaf. Like the plant look like it, the leaf is drying up. And the first thing come to their mind is run to the store and get some fertilizer. That's the first thing come to their mind. Well, I could tell you this, man. Sometimes it's not just that has been the problem sometimes. Most of the time that's not even the problem most of the time. Most of the time, that's not even the problem. The problem is a lot of times you have bacteria, insect in the soil eating down the roots of your plant because listen to me, guys. I will not add meat. I will not add anything in my compost pile. Because many times a lot of these things come with different type of bacteria. You ever put meat somewhere and then you just see it just start decaying and you see all kind of bacteria coming out of there? Well then, why would I put that in my compost anyway? Then the next thing again, The meat also release oil, grease that could create all different type of damage inside your compost. Okay? I'm showing you full proof of you can use leaf, the weeds that come out of your garden, wood that break down, and you could use that. And I'm telling you, that alone, then there are people who buy worms. There's people who actually buy worms, right? You could actually put wood, leaf, the weeds from out your garden, put them in a corner and just leave them there. And that will just attract earthworms, all different type of beneficial insect in your compost pile. That's all you got to do. And this is, I'm talking from experience, full proof here. I'm not talking about some what I Google. This is full proof. I have full proof of this. All you got to remember, earthworm love organic matter. Okay? Earthworm enjoy organic matter. So if you give them organic matter, it's gonna draw them to your garden, to your compost pile. If you give them different type of, I don't even want to call their name, what it do, it push them away. You see, it push them out of your garden. And we all know the beneficial of these insects. There's a lot of beneficial insect in the garden that's beyond our plants. Sometimes we see them on our plants and we call them, what we call them, bugs. What is a bug? Bug is like something that bugging you. But a lot of them is beneficial to the garden. A lot of them, we actually need them. You know, everything have their purpose in a garden around plants. So go back to the plants when the people see they start drying their leaf. Sometimes it's parasite. Sometimes you yourself could damage a root of a plant. Sometimes you yourself could damage the root of a plant. How you could do that? Because a lot of people go around the plant and try to mold it up and dig it up around it. But because you did not plant them deep enough, every time you dig, you damaging the root. That's another way of messing up your plant. So if you plant them deep, you ain't got to worry about when you softening the root because these root is under. But when you plant them 5 inches deep, 4 inches deep, 3 inches deep, these roots is actually above. So why are you telling yourself you soften, you actually damaging the root. So that's another way of damaging the root. There's other ways again. Some, hey, urban gardening, how you doing? Thank you for being here. There's other ways again. There's a lot of plants that do not love too much water. And that could be what you're doing. You could be giving it too much water, and by you giving it too much water, that could cause to see dry leaf. Okay, so now every time you see dry leaf, it means your plant need compost, fertilizer. You got to figure out, and this is why you become the scientist. You see, because you got to figure out why is this plant leaf is drying up. Why is this plant leaf is drying up? What happened? You got to try to figure that out. You got to try to fix that. So when you see that again, you already know what's going on. And this is how you get productive garden. This is how you always have a productive garden because you study the garden. You study your plants. You know how a plant's supposed to look. If I go in my garden and I pull up my tape, if I go and I pull my tape, and I pull it around my plants, and I see it's not a certain size at a certain time, I already know at this point in time, this plant supposed to, the body supposed to be thicker. And if I see the body is not thick how it's supposed to be, then I know something ain't right. Okay? I know something ain't right. So I now start looking at what's actually going on here. I start checking my soil. Okay? And the thing about it is, you got to be able to know your soil. You got to be able to know when your soil is balanced. You got to be able to know when your soil is full of nutrients or it's lack of nutrients. You got to know when your soil is full of mineral or it's lack of mineral. You got to know how to balance these things out. This is how you get productive garden. And remember, what I'm talking about organic gardening. Remember, this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about organic gardening. If you're doing organic gardening, it's easier to balance, know your soil. It's easier because everything is natural. Now, the texture. I can feel the texture of my soil and know something ain't right. I can know it lack of something. You see? I can also look at it and see it lack of something. Soil is living, believe it or not. Soil is life. Okay, so these are, I understand everybody don't go as deep as, everybody don't go deep as others. But if you really want a successful garden, you will have to go deep. Or if you decide to settle with a few harvests, well, that's fine for you. But if you want every year you plant a garden, your garden always productive, then you go have to put in the work. First, you will have to work on your soil. You will have to work on your soil. Second, you will have to figure out what type of plants you love and what plants does well in your zone. Sometimes you could ask questions, guys. Sometimes you could go around and ask question. Okay, maybe there might be a local farmer, or maybe you could go online and see which plants work well in your zone. Okay, there's plants that will do well in a certain zone and mightn't do the same in another zone. Okay, so these are things we got to look into to be successful in garden, organic garden. Because the next thing with the way I garden, guys, I garden in a way that's everything become manual. Okay, I don't use things to make my anything easier for me. Can I talk to? Definitely, most definitely. Can I talk to my plant? Most definitely. And I always mention this. I always talk about this in my life. Yes, most definitely you can talk to your plant. You can have conversation with your plant. Most definitely. Definitely, you surely can. That's no joke. Because I do it all the while. I do it all the while. So yes, you can. Definitely. The seed and feed store will answer question two. The seed and feed store will answer question two. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we just got to, and guys, it's getting to time now where time is getting harder and seed is getting more difficult to obtain. Believe it or not, I don't think it's gonna be as easy as this the next 5 years, if it's that long. So I'll recommend save a few seeds along the way. Every crop, save a few seeds that you could always able to plant your crop next season. Instead of you got to go out there and searching, and if you got your own, it will also be a blessing. Yep. Yes. Oh, you welcome. You welcome. Yes, sometimes I'll go down. Man, listen me. We missing out a whole lot, you know. We missing out a whole lot with trees, you know. We miss out a whole lot with trees, and trees have a way of communicating. Trees have a way of communicating, but sometimes we don't have the connection with the trees, so we don't understand the connection. We don't understand when the energy is vibes in. Because, for instance, like I always mention, sometimes I go in my garden bare feet, because when I go bare feet, I feel a different vibes. You know, it's like you feel something, you feel connected. It's just such a pure, cool energy. You're just feeling. You know what I mean? So sometimes I take that time and go, like I was mentioning in a live a few weeks ago. Is there anyone ever go in their garden and there wasn't no wind blowing, but the trees was just dancing, just moving, and there ain't no wind? The tree was vibing. You naturally see them and ain't no wind blowing. So believe it or not, we have a connection with trees. And I'm not saying to go in your garden bare feet, but sometimes if you do that, you're gonna get a lot of healing. You're gonna get a lot of healing because the connection from the earth. Some I break this down a lot of time, but let me say it another time. What electricity is energy as well. I would be very nice to go bare feet like I did growing up, but not today. Okay, I understand. I understand. Yes. In the garden, in the garden, let's look at electricity, right? Electricity, if there's a line on the ground, an extension cord, whatever, is on the ground, and water, like it bursts, say the extension cord bursts and it just lying there in water, right? If you walk bare feet, it's gonna shock you. You're gonna feel the energy, right? But if you have on a rubber shoes, it's not gonna shock you. You see what I'm saying? So this is telling you something is separating the connection from you and nature. Let me put it this way. Should we even wear shoes? Let me say that people might say, what the hell is he talking about? Something is separating us from nature, energy. Because that shoes, that soling, that bottom of that shoes is blocking that connection. Think about it. Think about what I now mentioned there. If you go, if there's an electricity line, boss, and on the ground, and there's water, and if you walk over there, I guarantee you, bare feet, it will shock you. But if you have on a rubber shoes and you walk over there, it will not shock you. So tell me something there. Please, could somebody please tell me something there? Could somebody please say something there for me? Let me see. See what someone you say. I hate wearing shoes. It's a bit. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe we're not even supposed to. Because it's blocking something. It's blocking healings. It's blocking connection. You see? I mean, think about it. Just think about it. Think about it. So sometimes it's good to just step out. Well, I do it. I'm not gonna say tell you guys to do it, but to me, it's a good feelings. I'm not gonna go down through the bushes without shoes. You understand? Because I know where I'm gonna mash. But in the garden, I will take off my shoes, sit down. You know, sometimes it's so beautiful. Okay. In necessary evil. Okay. All right. All right. When you think about it, it's telling you something. It's definitely telling you something. It is. It is. Should who design it? Yes. In our mind is to protect our feet, especially rubber, 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 black electricity. So that's something for really look into. Rubber, it black electricity, energy, it black it. So that's something for look into. Yes. So it's a good feel. You know, sometimes it's a good feelings just to go down in the garden and just sit down and just watch nature. Sometimes you're in the garden and you just sit down, you watch the birds come and the birds land in your garden. Then you they picking the feather and the shaking. Next thing you see they gone over on your trees and they searching. Next thing you see they pick something and fly off. And the young one just over there waited with the mouth open for mommy just come and drop whatever he pick. Listen to me. It's a beautiful sight to see how nature operates and how the birds and the animals operate and the bugs. Because the bugs is this is what I'm saying, guys. If you could create an environment in your garden for birds, you're gonna love it. Because it's gonna eliminate you from the spraying, all the spraying. Because listen to me, I understand. To be growing cabbage, to be growing cauliflower, to be growing these type of plants, and every time they push out, all you see is bugs, worms just eating them down. I understand. So they're gonna make you want to go and spray like crazy. But let me see. That is why our ancestors were so close to the earth. They know. Definitely. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. They know. You understand? They know. We don't know because we've been, you know, we drift for women, but our ancestors, and this is exactly what I'm doing, especially with my garden, because this is a way the ancestors used to grow their food, because they went back in the ancestor observed nature. They observe nature, how nature operates. You see, they understand how nature operates, and they apply the same method into their garden. Just like how we trying to operate the same method into container gardening. You see, they watch how the forest feed itself. You never see no one going up in there with a bucket of water to feed no trees. You never see no one going with fertilizer to throw around their root. You never see that. The forest feed itself. The trees feed their own self. The feed drop their leaf, it stay there, it turns up, turn compost. The seed, the trees drop their limb, it drop there, it break down, it turn compost, it turn feed for the plant. Sometimes a big tree might tumble down, it break up, and it turn compost and it feeding. So the forest feed itself. And that's what they understand. That's what they understood. And they apply the same method in their garden. So what they do, and it's the same thing I'm doing. What they do, they use leaf. They use the body of the trees when they break down. And they feed their plant with that. Okay? That's how they operate in them time. So if they used to do it, we still proving that today, that it works. We still proving that is actually work. I never saw, like I keep saying this, I never saw anyone who using whatever grow like a pepper tree, the height I grow them. Never saw it. Not saying it didn't happen, but I never saw it. How that happened? By growing them like the ancestors, where we use natural product. We use product from nature, the leaf that nature provide, the weeds that grow up in our garden. We use them and put them in our compost pile out and to break down, sprinkle them around our plant, and it works wonderful. So it's honestly, it's a lot of manual work, and maybe not everybody in for doing that manual work. Maybe some people might just rather get some and throw around them, but I'm gonna tell you this. Many of these things we spray our plant with or we feed our plant with. What they do, they're messing up the soil, right? How they messing up the soil? They're running away all the earthworms and they're drying out. They're drying out your soil. Then when you look, your soil get sandy. Your soil gets sandy. Then you got to go and start walking over on your soil. So save yourself some time. Save yourself some time and add natural product to your soil around your plant. And because what you're doing when you add natural product, what you actually doing, you actually maintaining your soil. You know, you adding to your soil, you maintaining. But many things you use, all it might do, it might make your plant grow up fast, yes. But you got to understand, if a plant grow on the pace it's supposed to grow, it's going to be full of the right nutrients and the mineral you need, because it take that time and grow and develop into where it got to go. So now this is where you're going to find the nutrients up in your plants. But if you feeding them with these things, yes, they're going to shoot up, but they're empty. Lack of nutrients, lack of minerals. Okay? So I'm going to run a video again, guys, giving you an idea of things you could actually use to feed your plant and be very, very successful. Okay? Very, very successful. So let me pull up a video. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me pull up a video that I can show you guys. Okay, yeah, let me play this video here. This video here, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna play this video for you guys. Check out this video here. Check out this video, guys. This video, just look at my plants them over there. Do you see how healthy these plants looking? Do you notice how healthy these plants looking? You check what I'm saying? Just check the healthiness of these plants. Okay.
Oak leaf and pine needle have several beneficial effects on the soil. Organic matter, both oak tree leaf and pine needle are rich in organic matter, which they decompose. They contribute to the formation of humus, which improves soil structure, increase water holding capability, and enhance nutrients availability. This organic matter also serves as a food source for beneficial soil microorganisms. Nutrient cycle. Oak leaf and pine needle contain essential nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium. As they break down, these nutrients are slowly released into the soil, replenish the nutrient content.
Yeah, oh
This
man.
process aid in the nutrient cycling and supporting the overall health of the soil and plants. Moisture retention, both oak leaf and pine needle, creates a protective mulch layer when spread on the soil surface. This mulch layer helps reduce evaporation and minimize water loss by acting as a new natural barriers against sun, wind, and moisture is retained in the soil for a longer time, reducing the need for frequent irrigation. Weed compression, the use of oak leaf, oak tree leaf, and pine needle as mulch can effectively suppress weed growth. The mulch layer act as a physical barrier, preventing weed seed from reaching the soil surface and germinate. This reduce the competition between weed and cultivated plant, allowing the desired plants to strive. In summer, oak tree leaf and pine needle offer organic matter, nutrient cycle, regulation, moisture retention, and weed suppression. Benefit to the soil. Incorporating these matter into the garden practice can contribute to the overall health and fertility of the soil, leading to a thriving plant and sustainable garden. Yes, guys. So oak leaf and pine straw means a whole lot in the garden. Also, the oak tree, the body of the tree, also add the same nutrient as the leaf itself. So at the end of the day, once you keep adding these things from time to time, what's going to happen is going to create a beautiful, rich, healthy soil. It also going to create a barrier that can keep the soil moist even though the sun is wet, even though the sun is shining. So, yes, be mindful, be careful. Always remember, organic is one of the best way you can go. There's no regret in organic. Using the tree trunk, the leaf, it's an amazing thing. Yes, so now, as you can see here, we're going to be adding oak leaf in this video. The oak leaf, like I all mentioned, is oak leaf and the straw adds a lot of nutrients to the soil. So yes, guys, this is a very interesting video with a lot of information. I'm hoping that you guys can enjoy, love this video and share this video out, that people can get the understanding of this project. All right. So keep watching, guys, and you're going to see the whole project. All right.
All right, guys. All right. So, as you see, what I now show you there, I now show you a whole. I show you the ideal way of how I do this gardening. This is exactly how I do it for years. For years, I've been doing it, and if you guys can, if you guys notice the production, the production that I'm able to get from this kind of production. You know, let me just show you guys a video, because now I'm showing you what I'm using. So let me show you a video now with some production. So basically what I'm actually showing here, I'm showing that you could actually, like broccoli. Okay. Okay, let me hold on. Let me find a cabbage video. Hold on. I want to show you guys. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me show you guys the type of production I'm actually getting from these type of the way I garden. You know, and let me see. Okay, this is a cabbage harvest I have done in this year. All year this year, I did this harvest. So let's check out this video, guys.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just throw this in the compost pile. Look at this one. This one is pretty massive. Yeah. Mm.
I know, right? I know. Yep. You see, guys, this is what I'm talking about. To using leaf and the body of trees and able to produce these healthy looking plant. I mean, it's amazing able to produce this way. So I mean, come on. This is full proof, man. Full proof. You see? Nice basket of cabbage, man. Nice basket of cabbage. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is what I'm talking. Hey, Psalms 146, how you doing? Let me see. Does the moon have anything to do with harvest? Oh, yes. Thank you for that beautiful question. That's a beautiful question. And I always talk about moon planting, and many people in my audience tonight could tell you that. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how you doing? I'm here, the only person who use cabbage leaf. Okay. All right. No, no, no. Many people use cabbage leaf. People use cabbage leaf. Many people. Yes. Yes, moon have a lot to do with with the harvest. I always talk about that. Never to harvest on a full moon. Never harvesting on a full moon. And I always refer to bamboo. I don't know if anybody in here ever used bamboo and harvest them on a full moon and see what happened. When you harvest bamboo on a full moon, it start turning dust and decaying pretty fast. Okay, so harvesting on a full moon is never the right thing to do. It's either you harvest before the full moon or you wait till the moon full and start going back. Then you harvest because it's never harvest on a full moon. So yes, it have a lot to do with harvesting. I believe on the full moon, I believe it draws out you know, the nutrition out of the food. So it's either you take it before or when it finished, when it reach full moon and going back, then that's a better time to harvest, but not on a full moon. Never harvest on a full moon. Yes, it have a lot to do with harvesting. Thank you for asking that question. Okay. I also use my cabbage leaf. The honest truth, I throw all my cabbage leaf in the compost pile because I had so much cabbage. You know what I'm saying? I throw everything in the compost pile. Yes, I see a lot too. Okay, all right. Yeah, so gardening, man, is just something special. And I just want, let me see. Oh, man, see, let me see. I feed my cabbage leaf to chicken. They love the. Oh yes, yes, chicken will do well with cabbage leaf. Definitely, definitely. I share with my chicken too. You only give them a portion. You know what? Maybe this year I'm gonna save my cabbage leaf. Last year I threw them in my compost pile because I had so much cabbage. So much cabbage. I just throw the leaf in the compost pile. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to find another video again because right now I talk about planting, I talk about the soil, I talk about container. So I'm just showing basically some result from what I'm talking about. Okay. So let me find something else that, okay. I know I showed this video before with the pepper tree, but I'm gonna show this video again with this pepper tree because, and I need anyone, if you ever seen it before, let me know, okay? Let me see if I find this video here. You know what? Let me see if me find the one last year. I'm gonna show the one last year, then I'm gonna show this one. Give me 1 second, guys. Did I pass it? Hold on. So the reason why I'm doing this, guy, I just want you guys to understand that, you know, it's so much. If you have access, you have the space. There's so much you can do. Okay, guys, this last year. Okay, let me see. Okay, give me a second, guys. Last year I grew this pepper. No, year before I grew this pepper tree. All right, let me show you guys. I grew this pepper tree year before. Right, I grew this pepper tree year before.
Okay, guys, this is a pepper tree and it's 7 feet tall. Have you ever seen a pepper tree 7 feet tall? Look it right up there. That's 6 feet right there and goes up 7 feet tall. This pepper tree is naturally 7 feet tall.
Okay, no, this pepper tree here was the year before. I grew this not last year, the year before. I grow a 7 feet pepper tree. I'm just trying to show you that I'm using what I'm using Okay, let me see. Let me see. What I'm using is actually working. This is why I'm showing you guys this result. Okay, let me go back in the chat for a minute. Okay, love. Oh, just a yeah, just a portion. Okay, like the cabbage leaf for soup. Okay, okay. I use my cabbage leaf for tea and stuff. Oh, really? For tea? Okay, thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Thank you for that. Wow. Okay. Let me see what Alfie say. Alfie say, I just did a little research on cabbage and they say it good for gut health. Okay. Well, all right, because I love me some cabbage. I love me some cabbage, so that's good news. All right. I don't plan to grow too much pepper or tomato this year. I still have canned and frozen from 2 years ago. Can't use it fast enough because they produce so much. Yes, yes. Okay, let me see. Yes, Alfie, especially when it's fermented. Okay. Wow. Absolutely, Alfie. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, I made metal cabbage hot and spicy. Okay, too. Really good. Like it. Like it's wow. That's wonderful. Yes, very good. Like it. All right, let me find another video, guys. All right. Last year I grew a 7.4 pepper tree. Now check this one out. This is just to show you guys result of what I'm using and is actually working. Check this one out, okay?
What's up? All right, guys, this is an 8-foot bell pepper tree right here. This is a record breaking in my garden. Last year I grew 7.4. This year I'm at 8 feet, which is in a shorter space of time. It's a blessing to able to go master the pepper plant, to take it to a journey of 8 feet. Peace and love. All right.
But you know what? Look right to the top of this pepper tree. This pepper tree have pepper right up to the top, come down right. Listen me. This pepper tree here alone, I believe Mr. Be 100 pepper this garden season gone. This pepper tree, I believe I have is about 100 pepper from this tree right here alone. So it's just about the production. It's just about showing you how you could grow stuff natural and the result you can get is just amazing. All right. Okay. Let me see. All right. Let me go back. Yes, planter. So don't show the cabbage leaf. No, no, not this time. Not this time. I want to be saving them this time. I never made sauerkraut, but I buy it and have a spoonful. The good for digestion. Oh, okay. You see, that's the thing, man. We could learn from each other. Okay. Of circuit with cracker seed. It is okay. I'm hungry now thinking about it. Okay. Okay. Oh, never used the seed before, but mom had that in a pantry, but I never know what it used them for. I will try them store bought. Okay, all right. Okay. Sending you the ladder always scared. Seeing you on the ladder always scared. Okay, really? Well, I will be climbing some ladder this year too. Because I'm really looking to break my own record with pepper this year too. I had about 3 pepper tree this year, 8 feet tall. I'm trying to break that this year. Mhm. My pepper barely 8 inches. I what? Man, when the pepper now start pull out them head, when the two inches tall, pop out the head. You got to get more than 18 inches. If my pepper is 18 inches tall, believe it or not, I would not be happy at all. I'll be very disappointed. You know what I mean? For real. But I understand. I understand. Just I have some video coming up with growing peppers, some live coming up with growing peppers. I'm gonna have way a lot of details on growing them and how to take care of them. A matter of fact, this garden season, what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be planting them. I'm gonna show you I plant them, and step by step while they're growing, I'm gonna be showing you how I taking care of them. So if you tune in, maybe you could just follow along. Okay, if you have them in containers, make sure the container have room for them because pepper, as you see, pepper do get pretty tall. Yep. You see, seeing you. Okay, all right. Okay, we see. Let me see. If you try dark rare bread before, it has that kind of flavor. Okay. My pepper won't tall, but they had so much pepper on them. Okay. Okay. Can I buy some of those pepper seed? You know what? Mess, email me. And yes, this listen me. Yes, my email and my about page. Email me and we could arrange that. And yes, this seed is coming. This seed I have bell pepper seed coming from 8 feet bell pepper plant. These are I'm sure somebody will be grateful to put their hand on these type of seed. I'm telling you. I'm sure. Okay, that's my email on the screen. So you could email me, all right? Yes, I'm sure somebody will love, and I have a lot of them. I have plenty of them. Will love to put their hand on these seeds. 8 feet bell pepper plant. Yeah. Yeah, email me and we correspond through email, all right? Thank you for asking. Okay, let me. Yes, that's some good breed of peppers. Yes, definitely. And do you see? Okay, let me show you. Let me show you. Do you see the size of the pepper them? Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm coming. Let me show you guys how my bell pepper tree them produce. Let me give you an idea. Okay, let me give you this video. Check out how my bell pepper them produce. All right. Let me show you this video. And the honest truth is, this is how bell pepper should produce.
How you guys doing? All right, guys.
Okay, check out this video. This is how bell pepper should produce. Okay, check this out.
This is my bell pepper. I'm giving you an update on my bell pepper. Yes. Yeah. This bell pepper here, this is one that go from my super juice. This one here is from my super juice. Then I already pick a big one from this one already. And look, we have two here. You see what's going on here, guys? Let me show you something about peppers that I grow. Let me show you. I always say that every pepper tree should have 4 stages. When I say 4 stages, what I mean you have blossom, and from the blossom you have small pepper. Then you have smaller, a bigger pepper. Then you have the massive pepper then. So at all time, if you notice what's going on here, as soon as I harvest these 2 right here, we're gonna happen, these 2 gonna be coming in. And then guess what's gonna happen? These blossom gonna be coming in. Then this one here gonna be coming in. So this pepper tree gonna be always producing. This is how I grow pepper, and this is how you know that your pepper is doing wonderful. They're supposed to have 4 stages, and I'm going to show you here again with this one. So up here, as you see, we have blossom, right? And we have small pepper as well. Down here, we have blossom and small pepper. Now, in this area here, we have a bigger pepper than this one. Look at small pepper right here. We have a small pepper right there. Now we have this big one. Then when we come down here, we still have this one and this one. So, and watch here, full with blossom. Your pepper tree should always be in these stages. So your pepper tree should never run out of pepper. You should always have pepper until the last frost. All my pepper tree produce the same way because this is how I grow pepper. This is a line of pepper that I've been growing for the past 10 years. So with this kind of pepper, I know them. I know what they want. I understand everything about these pepper. All right. So this year I try my super juice with this one, and look at it here. I'm going to pick this one. I'm not even going to leave it. I'm going to pick it. Right. So when now I pick this, now the tree gonna be bringing in that one and all these others instead of fighting to ripe this one. This one already ripe already. All right. And all these pepper trees is 5 feet tall. Watch. You see? I got to naturally stretch up.
At the time, they was 5 feet tall. You see, all of them. So you see, guys, look how healthy this pepper tree look. I'm not even saying pepper plant. I'm actually saying pepper trees. Look how tall and healthy they're looking. And what I'm saying is, your pepper should always have on pepper. You should have pepper getting ready to harvest. You should get pepper almost ready to harvest. You should have baby pepper. You should have blossom. So you should be harvesting ongoing. You see what I'm saying? All right.
My hand a little to reach them. It's over 5 feet tall now. All of them. Okay, let me show you next one right here. It's the same thing going on here. This one
This one need picking, and I'm gonna pick this one as well. The reason why I'm picking them is because there's no need for me to keep them for them to ripe. They mature enough so I can get the seed from them. You see? So this one as well is 5 feet plus. It's taller than me already. So it's like 6 feet now. You see, we have the small pepper. We have this one, and we had these two, this big one, and we also have blossom. So yes. Okay. Okay. So you see what I'm saying, guys? What I'm saying is when you're growing pepper, if you really understand how to grow pepper, pepper is supposed to always have on peppers. Not just grow 5, 6 peppers and that's it. They should continue bearing. That's why the root system is important, very important. And the care from the early stage is important. Okay? So I'm just showing you production of what I'm using and the production I'm getting from these plants. Okay, let me go back in. Let me see the chat all out. Okay, will do. All right, all right. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. My veggie will never be that size of yours planter until I'm able to grow in the ground. I'm sure the bucket stunt the growth. Okay, my Renaissance grandma, you could get pretty good growth out your bucket as well. Just make sure the container is a pretty good size container because this is very important. Very, very, the size of the container is very important. Also, what you put in the container. If you put in compost, make sure you have soil mixed with it. Mix soil with it. Like for instance, if you go to the store and you buy compost from the store, you mix that with some soil. Don't just plant it direct in that. You get some soil, whether it's clay soil, whatever soil you could get, mix it with it, and you're gonna get better growth from your plants. But you could get them from bucket, okay? And just continue, and keep tuning in from time to time, and my goal here is to see everybody with a nice, beautiful garden. This is why I'm doing live. If you notice, my live I'm doing, I'm putting the information out there and also show you the proof as well. Okay? Yes, you could do it. All right. Got it. Okay, you could do it. You could do it. All right. Okay. Let me see if I can find and one more video, guys, because I'm showing production. All right. One more video to show the production of planting this way. Okay. This one is a crop that I grow. I always talk about it. Okay. Okay, guys, this is a crop I keep talking about. This is Edo. And believe it or not, do your research on Edos, guys, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me show you a small harvest I did with these Edos. And someone told me a few years ago that I could not grow Edos in my zone. Someone told me that, but I guess I proved them wrong. Okay, this is a Edo plant, Edo. I'm actually harvesting Edo here.
As you see, we almost have this container full with edibles right now. Okay? But we still have more to harvest. So let's enjoy, man. Let's enjoy. This is a plant you wouldn't regret having in your yard. Oh man, these are some nice size. Ooh, very easy plant to take care of. If you really know to plant them, the only thing you will have to do is plant them and just allow them to grow. That's if you know how to plant them. Less care. You make sure that the soil is soft. The thing with these plants, they also could grow in swamp. In a swamp, they could grow, they do well in swamp as well. So look at the size of these edelman. Look these things. This is real. Oh man. One plant could give you a meal. Yeah. We're gonna get this container full for sure.
You see how the soil walkable, guys?
Right.
You see how the soil walkable?
Let's see this big boss here, right by this tumara. This turmeric looking young, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that turmeric is even ready. It is looking pretty young, but oh man, this is some
This
nice
is
size
real
turmeric
food, you know.
here.
This is real food right there. This is food. You have food for days.
Pay attention to the soil, guys. Soil
You see, look
is
at the
very
you see, look at
important.
the soil, and this is what I've been telling you guys about.
Very.
And this was clay soil.
Right?
This was clay. You see?
Okay, you know what? Since we're here, let's see if I could at least get one piece of turmeric from this. If I can get one piece, that's okay. But it started out pretty late, and as you can see here, so I have 3 pieces, which is good. Okay, no 4 piece. This now you could cut this right there and replant it because you see, but you got to take it indoor.
All right, all right. That's basically food. So all I show you tonight is basically what I have is I have harvest so much this last year. I have harvest in abundance. My garden produce in abundance. And all I'm saying is, guys, what I use is leaf, the body of the tree trunk break down, the weeds in your garden turn into compost. That is actually what I'm using and able to pull this out every year. This is the kind of harvest I get every year. You know, and the soil is so is just on another level with the soil. Okay, let me just this is just for you guys to see what I'm talking about, guys. This is just for you to see that what I'm saying is actually working. Okay, let me see if I find this video that can help, that can show you the soil and how the soil Okay, this video here. Okay, I'm going to show you the soil. Let me see. Can't wait to grow Edo again. All right, okay. You always have good harvests of everything you grow in your garden. Planter your method definitely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, anything I grow is harvest in abundance. You know what I'm saying? Everything I plant, produce, definitely produce. Thank you for that. Okay, let me give you a little rundown with the soil now, guys. How the soil, this soil was actually red clay. So let me show you. This was red clay, red clay. And everything you see I show you that I use, that's what I use and change this soil. Check this out.
Welcome to Plant a Garden TV. How you guys doing today? All right, guys.
Look at
Today
the
topic
plants,
is
them how they
about
healthy.
soil
Check them
and the
out.
building of soil and organic soil. So today I'm gonna give you guys a little idea about soil. This soil that you see on the ground here was actually clay soil. But over the years, I have transformed this soil with nature and changed it. If you see it, you're gonna see the soil. You will see the texture of the soil. You're gonna see that listen to me, just the feelings of the soil tell you that the soil is rich and so soft and nice. You see what I'm saying? I take a lot of time to work on this soil. I know this soil is paying off. I spend a lot of time putting in the work on this soil, never use chemical, always organic matter, only organic product that come from nature, nothing from the store, just what's from nature and around here. And I have produced this beautiful soil that produce such a beautiful plants. So this is my machete, and you know, I'm just, you know what? You see, the soil is so amazing. Look at it, so amazing.
Okay, guys, you see, this is what I was talking about a while back, right? You see, you see how I'm using the machete and pull the soil to the plant. If I didn't plant this plant deep, you know what I would have been doing? I would have been damaging the root. I couldn't do that. Or I would have been cutting the roots. But because I planted deep, I can do that because the root is deep, so it's not going to damage the root. So that's another point why it's important to plant deep.
I did my work on this soil and I did my research on this soil. And right now, not to boast, but I believe I know a lot about soil. I can.
Okay, I click off the button, but at least you see what I'm talking about. All right, let me see. Make sure you. Yes, guys, don't forget, guys, to hit that like button, guys. I will appreciate it. All right. I need to work on my soil. It's always hard. Well, okay, let me give you a little clue of how you could change that texture of your soil. I know you grow in containers, so it's harder for you to soften the root and do these things. But what I will say to you is every fall, you add some leaf into your container after your crop. After your crop, you don't harvest and you're done with everything. What you do, you add some soil. Maybe you need to dig a hole and bury some leaf inside there and cover it back and just leave it there to go through the winter. Do that every year. It also gonna help your soil to get rich in the container, and it also gonna make it get more loose, because that compost, when it blend in with the soil, is gonna make it, it's not gonna make it compact together. Okay, so add some leaf every fall into your soil, and that will change from getting hard. All right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. One more video, guys. One more. You know, I'm gonna show you guys this. You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me see. Presentation. Okay, check this out, guys. This was late spring last year. Late spring. Just walking through and just able to just have, just picking, just
This is the
harvest it.
cabbage right here. This cabbage is huge. What you see? Cabbage holding its own water. All right.
Look at these scales, how they're looking.
Beautiful kale, guys.
And when you harvest them, they come back so fast. You empty the tree, by the time you wink, the tree is full again. This was late spring last
Right.
year.
Look at the scale, guys. Look at the scale. Do you see the size of the scale? Look at it.
This was late spring when I'm getting ready to plant my peppers and my okra. Them I didn't even plant my peppers yet because what happened was last year we had a tough time with the weather. See them small heados coming up down there? Them cabbage
It's a
looking
good
so healthy.
cabbage.
Look at them
As you
cabbage.
can see, they
Looking
folded
so
in.
healthy and beautiful.
This one here, I'm gonna pick this one, and I'm gonna take up the plant so I can plant back something there.
Right.
That goes for compost.
You see, this is the thing too, guys. You got to know how to get rid of plants when is it time to go and replant
This
something else.
collards.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm
These are
just
things you
mixing
got to know.
the harvest together in one container.
Yep, compost again. Not this year, though. Not this year.
All right, guys, just like this, we have a nice harvest. I'm going down to the bottom here,
This is
and I'm
all.
going
This
and
is when
harvest a
the
couple
spring,
squash,
everything
and
now
let's
coming in. But just
go.
look at everything how they looking
So,
healthy.
guys,
Just
this is what I'm gonna be eating today: squash, collard greens. Look at this squash, guys. A pretty nice squash. There's another one, okay.
yes,
And
ready
the
for
squash is
big fresh.
pollinating
Yes,
really well.
yes, I. Big fresh
Okay,
salad,
another
man.
squash right here. So, well, guys, I'm showing you my harvest. So no one can say I went and buy them. All right. So let's get this two cucumber here. Beautiful cucumber. This cucumber.
You hear that one? You hear that one, Sissy Obado?
Yes, guys. So this is dinner right here. This is dinner right here.
Just like that, man. Just like that.
Thank you guys for watching.
Just like that. Just like that. Yes, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope this live was very informative. I hope this live can motivate somebody, many people to actually get in the garden. I hope it can show people that, listen me, there's things you have in your backyard you could put together and create your own nice little pumpkin, your own little compost to feed your plant. And by doing this, you could definitely transplant your garden. Look the amount of food. Look what, and believe it or not, I ain't show you anything. The amount of harvest I had last year is a fraction I show you here tonight. And the plants them, look at the plants them. Look how the plants them look so healthy and green. The production is everything produce in abundance. So it clearly shows you the method is actually working. Is actually working. Great video is such an encouragement to keep growing our own food. Yes, you know what I'm saying? You could just, I mean, come on. You could just grab a bucket, you know what I'm saying? And just walk around your garden, fill a bucket with food, and that's your dinner. You didn't have to go to the store. You just grab your bucket, walk around, and you have dinner right there. I mean, what could be better than that? Especially you growing it. You know, don't get me wrong, I understand that everyone have the access to, the trees and the tree body. I understand. You do what you can do, guys. Do what you can do until you get to do what you want to do. Okay, so keep growing. Keep growing. And don't forget, guys, our Herb Garden Challenge is coming up on March the 4th. That's when the first video gonna be uploaded, showing you setting your seed, mentioning the seed you set in. And remember, to the end, you have to have the same seed, the same plants you set in the beginning. Yes, you can, if the seed did not germinate, you can germinate them. You can set more seed. But it gotta be, if you start out with the same type of herb you start out with, you have to end up with the same type of herb. And yes, learn something from, you know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, the way I garden is something I'm trying to maintain and push on. Okay, because many people is not doing this is was original way, but many people is not doing it today. Even though they could, some people could, but they choose not to because there's an easier way. And then when commander people who got to provide for millions of people, I mean, they got to do what they got to do. But for you with your little garden in your backyard, you should think about the things you put in around your plant. You know what I mean? You should think about it. All right? It's such a great feeling to be able to walk through and harvest food you grow. One of the best feelings you could ever have. Yep, I agree with that. And remember, no shot, just a video. Yes, yes, guys. Last year was pretty difficult finding video last year with the Herb Garden Challenge because some people put them in shots. And when you put in the hashtag, you wasn't seeing the video. So sometimes it seems like someone didn't upload, but they upload it as a short. So at least try make it a video that we could find easy. All right, and this is the hashtag. Thank you. This is the hashtag for this season. Planta Herb Garden Challenge. The, it's Planta HGC 2024. So this is where the first video supposed to upload on March the 4th, and you're gonna put the hashtag to that video. All right, and please let's only keep videos that goes with the Herb Garden Challenge, because at the end of the day I got to go through and look at these videos to see who's got plan, who follow the rules, and whose plan look the best. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it that easy and simple because I got to watch all the videos. All right. You see. That's so true. We can't afford to lose those skills and knowledge. And we have to pass it on to the future generation. So no matter how much technology change, the newer product and method emerge. Yes, because if without these skills, if you don't have these skills into the future, many people are gonna say, oh, well, you might need this, you might need that. Well, guess what? You got to eat. And if you have certain skills, you can eat, you can survive. So skills is important, and you're right. It doesn't matter where technology goes, these skills goes with it. And if we could pass them on, I think it's a great idea. And this method, I'm trying to maintain this and continue this, that whoever interested, because it works, that's the thing. And the good thing about it, we have the proof back in it. Not just coming up here and talk about gardening, we have the proof back in everything we see. It works. Oh, my first time, loving it. Great audience. Thanks for the conversation. You're welcome, and you always welcome to come back, man. Yes, yes, that's one thing with the audience. We all correspond with each other, and we share, different ideas. So yes, yes, I just hope that more people will join and get some of these information over here, man. We have tons of information, and this is garden season. We will be sharing every Thursday. We will be over here only about gardening. We're talking. After garden season, we're going to go back to open discussion where we talk about different topics. But right now, we're trying to get people to feed themselves and their family right in their backyard or their balcony or wherever. Even if it's 2 containers, you have 2 hubs into. We're trying to get you there. All right, so this is the place to come on a Thursday when you want to learn about gardening, when you want to feed your family from your backyard. We have all the information. And guess what? We're not sending you to the store to buy stuff. We're actually telling you, look around your backyard. We're actually telling you, don't go out there and spend too much money on containers. You might have a bucket in your backyard. You might have a pan in your backyard. You understand? Because it's not how the container look. It's the production we're looking for. We're looking for food. So we ain't trying to buy a container for $50 and put some potato in there. And when we do look, we see 3 little potato and we're not looking for that. We're looking to have a bust up container and we plant potato in it. And when we harvest, we see tons of potato rolling out that container. That's what we're here for. Not for the fanciness and no production. We're here to use whatever you have and get production. That's what we're here about. All right. So yes, guys. Thank you guys so much. Yes, thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate each and everyone tonight. I truly hope this with 3 potatoes. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? We want to have abundance, man, when we have it. So this is why we come with the information and try to share it, you know. But yes, guys, thank you guys so much for coming on tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. As always, right back here, Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we just gonna be kicking it about gardening. All right, we wanna everyone to grow something. Let's talk about how we're gonna feed our family in the future. When we see all that we see happening today, you know, I was watching a robot cutting down a lawn. Listen to me. Just now they don't need you to cut nothing. You understand? You see like how you're gonna hold the thing and like a machete? Man. So skills, these skills, doesn't matter where technology go, these skills will still able to make you eat and feed your family. All right? So thank you guys as always, man, for coming out. Thank you, Fifi Johnny. Appreciate you. And thank you for being a member of this channel for over a year now. Yes, thank you for being a member. Thank every member of this channel. I appreciate you guys. And don't forget, very soon, I'm going to be doing some videos for members because I appreciate you all support for supporting this channel. So I want to give back. At least I can give back by doing videos for you guys that you guys can have a productive year in your garden. So I appreciate all the support. I appreciate all the members. I appreciate all the subscribers. I appreciate all the viewers. Don't forget, guys, I have over 1,500 videos about gardening, tons of information. You could always tune in. You could always check out the channel and see if it's something you will like to subscribe to. So if you haven't subscribed, you could do so if you please. Don't forget, hit the notification bell, because that's how you're going to know when I'm live. That's how you're going to know when I upload videos. And believe it or not, I do upload a lot of videos. Sometimes I upload a video every day, sometimes 2 videos a day. So if you don't want to miss out on these videos, make sure you hit that notification bell. So yes, guys, thank you all. Let me see. Thank you, wonderful life planter. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much. Bonji, they gotta get rid of us because they won't see us soon. That's it, man. That's it. Yes, very informative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Will you be having a members harvest day? You know what? Yes, I think you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Yes, I will do that. For real. Yes, I will do that. Yes, because I do have some really good members that's with me for a while. You know what I'm saying? I was to start I do garden class for my members as well. I was to start late all year last year, but kind of run busy. But yes, I will be having some videos that the members could have access to, because I want to show my appreciation. All right, so thanks every one of you, all the members, all the subscribers, all the viewers, everyone who check out my channel, who come to here tonight. Appreciate each and every one of you. All right. Those videos were very satisfying. The harvest was, yes, I know, right? Okay, let me see. If I get my seed in time. Okay, all right. Well, just email me. Email me and we correspond through the email, and definitely you're gonna get them on time. All right. So yes, guys, appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for coming through. Peace, love, and blessing to each and every one of you. You guys have a blessed and wonderful night. See you guys next week. All right. Thank you all.